Good morning and welcome to A-1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Tuesday, April 22nd. Are you giving away two things?
No, I'm just brought some stuff for you to choose. You choose. You choose something here.
We're like deciding on what we're giving away. Do that.
Okay.
So, we are back. Nice break away.
We had.
I wish I was still there.
Yeah, it was super nice. It was super nice. So I got nothing done, just so you know.
Which is appropriate.
Well, I was planning. I took stuff to do, and I got nothing done because, you know, we went with two other couples, so I couldn't be like.
And there was like a certain level of intoxication.
There was a certain level of intoxication, but I was like,
as soon as breakfast ended.
It started on the plane. No, I'm just kidding. It started. Yeah, and we were, what did we do the first night? Did we just go out for dinner? We just
relaxed. We went out for dinner.
Just the two of us?
Met some customers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Met some folks.
We met Mary Jo and Joyce.
And then
the first day, like we went straight out for a late lunch, early dinner. And then did we eat again?
No, we were going to, and then you were like too relaxed. You were too relaxed to leave the hotel.
We went downstairs and we had something in the lounge. And we people watched because people watching in Vegas is fun. A lot of people get dressed up. There were a lot of people like super decked out and like sparkly gowns and like nice suits.
And it was an interesting crowd because it was the Dead. And you could pick those people out pretty quickly for the most part. And it was WrestleMania.
You could
pick them out. And then, just the people that were down there for like weddings or whatever.
And just everything else.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Vegas is definitely like the world's best people watching.
We went to, on Saturday, we picked up our friends and then we went straight out to Red Rock and went on a really, really wonderful hike.
That's what it's a hike that I call like Jeannie's done this hike like 2 or 3 times, but she never remembers anything about it.
I think I might have done it more than 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, it was like the go-to hike. Anytime somebody
every time we
really
do it,
I
don't remember. I'm like, this hike is so nice. Have I done this before? And then by the end I remember it because there's some scrambling and a wash that you go through, and So I remember it's a really, really nice hike. And
you hungry?
My stomach is making a lot of noise. And then what did we do that night? Did we meet? Oh, we went out for sushi.
Then we met Johnny and went out for dinner with Johnny and LaDan.
Where did we go for dinner?
The Italian place.
Oh, just in the hotel.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, we did that. And then Saturday night was Saturday
so
night.
Jeannie's like, I don't remember this weekend at all.
Yeah, but that would be normal. That would be like the same even if we had been here.
Right.
Yeah, so it's normal. There's nothing crazy going on. So and then Saturday we went and saw the show. So we went and saw the show at the Dead, and then
saw
we went
the show at the Dead.
And then we saw the Dead at the Sphere, and then we went to the Peppermill Fireside Lounge, which I have not been to in probably 20 years. Do you
Oh,
think?
it's been 25 years at least.
And
yeah.
if you've never been there and you're looking for like some nostalgia and a real taste of Vegas, that place, when we went, I was like, Patrick, you picked the perfect place for us to go because it was so perfect, wasn't it?
It was just surreal.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah, because it's like velvet
It's very
couches.
like 60s, 70s.
The
like,
waitresses are dressed kind of like Elvira. Like they've got these like very low cut like black robe, a very Elvira look without the makeup and the hair, and it's just an interesting place and like fake flowers and really like mirrored
crazy
walls, crazy lighting, and it was just perfect though. It was just kind of like you're like, this is a Vegas experience, and you don't even realize it's there. It's kind of like tucked in, kind of in a seedy area. Like we walked from the Encore. It was really
what a change that was.
Yeah, right off the Encore property, and then it's like pretty.
Then you're like in it. You're in like kind of seedy Vegas.
Very seedy, and then it's kind of tucked away, and you're like, oh my god, this is so fun. And then we stayed. It's the latest I've been out in like forever. We got home at what, like 2:30.
Oh yeah.
LeJan and I were just like laying on the couch, going, we should just Uber. Let's go. But we stayed. Patrick was ready to stay out all night.
I was having a good time. I was having a good time with my friends.
He was having fun. He was ready to.
I had the distinct feeling that one of my friends was like also ready to kind of stay out, but we made wiser choices.
Yeah, for sure. We did go to the pool too. We were at the pool.
We did the pool. We did the spa.
And the pool was the best pool day I've ever had, because it was like
75 degrees.
Because I don't like being really, really hot. So it was like perfect temperature.
Jeannie got some vitamin D.
I did. I got a little bit of sun, sat out and got some sun, and just people watched and had fun conversations with the crew. And then didn't get sunburnt at all. Just had a perfect amount of sun, and it was great, the whole thing. Food was good. Company was great. Got some relaxation, and then back to the grind with Poppy. She's up at 4, walking on us, cuddling, and then asking to go out at 5. So we're going to make some changes at home. Poppy is being ejected from the bedroom.
Yep.
As
Poppy's
of tonight.
Getting creative.
So nothing got done. I like brought some stuff with me, and I answered a couple of emails, got some orders in that I had to get in, but nothing really got done. So you guys were wonderful too. There really wasn't any emails. You guys kind of just, let us be this weekend. And so there wasn't a ton of stuff that I had to even deal with. A couple of emails, and I just answered those really quickly. And so thank you so much. And we're back and ready. And what do we have going on?
We're back. I don't know if I'm ready.
Yeah. But we're back, and this week is kind of a ease back into it week. Michelle's going to only be here today. And then she leaves. Michelle's going to be gone. Michelle, where are you? Chicago?
No, it's a little town about 20 miles outside of St. Louis on the Illinois side, Belleville, Illinois.
So Michelle is going to be in Belleville, Illinois, if any of you from that area. Can they still sign up for classes there?
It's a symposium, so they would have had to sign up for the entire symposium. So I would say no. I don't have.
What's it called?
It's called So Whatever Studio, bag making something. So Whatever Studio, and it's SEW.
So she's gonna be at So Whatever Studio, and it's a symposium. What's a symposium?
It means it's all bag makers and it's all bag making stuff, and it's classes and lectures and demos and bingo And a taco truck.
So it's everything bag making that you would have ever wanted to know about. And I think, yes, you would have had to sign up a while ago. But do they do this every year?
So far, yeah. So far every year. And then, so all of the classes are being taught by the original pattern designer.
Wow.
And then, and then they do have other classes throughout the year. They have like one a month where you can sign up for the class. And then they'll probably do it. Yeah, they'll do it again next year.
And so the bag designers will be there, and Michelle's going to be there too, and you're going to be doing a make and take with this.
No make and take. I'm doing a lecture demo on how to integrate scan and cut in bag making.
Yes. So lecture demo. We should have probably done a little more pitching before. So you guys, but next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she'll be there in Illinois if anyone wants to pop over and say hello or put it on your radar for next year to do some bag making. I know we have a lot of bag makers out there. Bags are one of those things where I see the pattern, I'm like, I gotta get it. Like, you never have enough bags. You never have enough bag patterns. You just can't stop doing them. I think that's how bag makers feels, right? You're like, yeah, I have that pouch pattern already, but I'm gonna get this one because this looks great too. So you just keep making bags. Bags, it's just like, they're so much fun to do. So
The dogs went crazy when I brought them home yesterday. They were like racing around the house. They were just excited to be home and excited to see us. Poppy was all over us last night.
lots of kisses, lots of cuddles. It's hard to be mad at, but still, it's hard, but not.
Oh, she was bad this morning. Like she was up from 4 on.
She is an early bird, that dog. So,
So now she's gonna
we're ejecting them.
live in the crate until
And
6:30 or 7.
We probably should have done it a long time ago, but like, those cuddles are just so good too.
Sometimes she comes back and like she's totally chill and she goes back to sleep and everything's fine. But lately she's just up.
So let's talk about.
It's like as soon as the birds start singing, she's like, time to get up.
So this week, we don't really have much going on. We're going to do a lot of catch up, and hopefully I'll be able to get some sew time because I did start that welcome spring, and I have started the summertime garden banner, and I've been working on filming that. I'm going to do a sew along for the table runner. I just want to do one first, and then we'll do a sew along with that. But the other one will just be recorded. So summertime is going to just be recorded, and then we are going to start, I think we have a couple more of the Star Spangled Beauties to send out, but we're going to get started with that. And so, shoot, I wish I could do that earlier. I'm just looking at the schedule. I have it scheduled. Our prep video is going to be on Monday the 5th. I know a lot of you are just diving right in because you can't stand it. But maybe I don't think I even sent an email out to let you know that. Yeah, I haven't even sent anything out. I have our prep as of the 5th. I know you guys have a ton on your calendar anyways, so I'm wondering if that's going to be enough for you. Is that going to be... Maybe I could do it the week of the 27th. I'm just going to leave it.
So it's So Whatever Studio was the name of the seminar. And it's literally, I think, So Whatever Studio. It's more me know what.
It's more me know. Her last
More me know.com.
Yeah.
That's her last name, More Me Know?
Yeah, that's how she got the tag name for her business.
That's a crazy last name.
But it works for it.
Yeah, no, that's super fun.
Yeah.
More Me Know.
She's super fun.
So, More Me Know. Like exactly
Just like that.
those
More me know.
like more, me, and you know. So More Me Know.
There's no you in there. It's more me know.com.
More Me Know. So, I think I'm going to try and do that week. So the 5th, like I said, the 5th is going to be where we do our prep video. And then from there on, we'll get together once a week. And we will, until the banner's done. I was on Facebook today and I saw somebody has finished it. Like they didn't have their borders. I think they said something about how they were going on vacation. And so they just busted it out. So if you feel like you just have to start doing it right now, but we'll still be early. We'll be working on it through May, and then you'll have it on display through the 4th of July. So I have it right now that I'm going to be doing our first prep video on the 5th, and I'll work this week to put together our group. I'll tag everybody that's bought stuff, or if you want to be put into the group so you get sent stuff, we'll also put this up. So you don't have to email me. And I was looking at our website. I did look at the website, and I saw that Wallflower is up there, but it doesn't have the right. Spreadsheet. Patrick, can you show them how to find the sew-alongs? Like this is where it's going to be from now on. So if you want to find the sew-alongs and the spreadsheets and the videos, we're going to start posting them, and they'll start from now and go forward. So the old stuff will work to get up on there too, but it'll be the new stuff. You'll be able to find it. So you'll go to our website. I don't even know how to update this stuff. I was going to fix it, and then I was like, I don't know how to do it. So Graydon's going to be in charge of this. So you go to, can they see it?
Not yet.
He likes to play board games and drink on the weekend.
Hang on. I gotta make this smaller.
All right, Mr. Righteous over here.
So you go to classes.
Yep.
And then
there's
sew-alongs. And if you click on sew-alongs,
that's all
you'll
we have
see
up there right now.
Hoppin' and Wallflower. If you click on Wallflower, it'll be there.
And with all the videos and all of
And then all the videos are there.
Oh, we don't have April stuff there. Okay, so we got to update that. I will work on getting that updated and making sure it has the information. But we will add, Star Spangled Beauty. And we'll add the spreadsheet, the times where the classes, the videos will be there after we do them. And then the other stuff, I'll work on tagging everyone so I can get you into the live classes too. And they're just going to be live sew-alongs. So, yeah. So now you know where you'll begin to find that. And we'll work on having current stuff. And then we'll slowly add the other stuff too. So, so I think what I put up right now is we'll start on the 5th, and on the 8th, I put that we'll have our first sew-along week 1, but I'm thinking maybe what we'll do instead is maybe we'll do the scan and cut stuff. So we'll do the prep on the 5th, and then on the 8th, we'll do the scan and cut stuff, which means for me, doing it with me, you'll need your auto blade, your low tack mat, and you'll need heat and bond light. I still don't know really how to cut specialty stuff, so I'm going to have to go back to my instructional videos with Michelle on learning how to do that, because she cuts everything in that class. And I did part of it, and then I was like, and then I just jumped right in. I was like, I got to cut some fabric. And so that's what I've been doing. So I'll go back to that too. And do we have any questions?
Nope. Yeah, I got a haircut a couple weeks ago, and then I just did like get out of bed and come to the store. Like I didn't do anything this morning.
Lots of pieces in Star Spangled
Thank you,
Banner.
Terry.
Did you already do all your cutting, Marlene? You did. You cut out everything. So, I mean, I would get stitching if I were you, right? But we're going to start the week of the 5th. So just work on whatever else you have to work on, and then if you want to stitch with us, we're going to start the week of the 5th. Wonderful. Yeah, I know it's hard to find stuff, right? So we're going to start and put it up there from now on. So if you haven't gotten your stuff, get your stuff now. We still have, I probably have about, I bought maybe 40 extra fabric kits, and I think we have maybe about half of those left. So if you haven't gotten those, get those. We're ready, and we can send all of that stuff out. And then you know, we have a couple other sew-alongs. We're gonna have the earring sew-alongs. That's happening. So next week's kind of a bigger week for us, because Michelle will be back next week. We have an accessory class that's going to happen on the 29th. Next Monday, I'm going to be doing the Janine Babbage. I'm doing this sew along. So if you need your pattern, we have plenty of the patterns, and I can send that out with the redemption code. I have 2 kits that I talked to somebody about, and I was like, I'll remember, and then I forgot. So if you're waiting for a kit, I can't remember who I talked to.
Meaning you've talked to 2 people that you've forgotten about, so you didn't forget just one. You forgot 2.
I remember I talked to somebody and I was like, oh, I have the whole kit with you, with the tabs, with everything, and I can't remember who was supposed to get that. So if you're
Twice.
I was like, I don't need to write it down because I'll remember. And then I forgot. I totally forgot. Do I have a memory issue? I'm like worried that I have a memory issue.
Jeannie's brother called her the other day and was like, sometimes I drive and I forget where I'm going. Or I make a wrong turn, and Jeannie's like, no, that's totally normal. I'm like, I don't know. That's totally normal.
It's normal for the Lees. I think the Lees, it's normal. Because he was worried because he said he was driving with his friend and he was going to drive his friend home. And that he was supposed to drive straight, but then he took a right. And his friend's like, no, just go straight. And I was like, oh, yeah, I totally do that all the time. Is that not normal? Do I have an issue? Do I need memory care, Patrick?
Why are you asking me?
Because you would tell me. I'm worried. So I did. I talked to 2 people where I was like, because I had one that I'd kind of put together like from the leftovers of the 2 kits I took. And so I was like, I'm going to save that kit for you. And then the other person, I had another one. So if you had spoken to me and I said I was going to save you a kit and then you never heard from me again, now you know why. So,
Yeah, Jeannie got a tattoo in Las Vegas.
Did you ask? Oh my, okay, this is my lymphedema. I flew without this is my lymphedema sleeve that I wear because I had some lymph nodes removed when I had surgery, and I forgot it. And so since then, I've had some tightening in my arm and some pain in my arm, some like tenderness. So I've been trying to reverse whatever damage I may have done. And then I've also read that sauna's not good for lymphedema. Does anyone have experience with that? Because now I'm worried about that too. Suzanne says it goes fairly quickly. That Star Spangled Banner goes quickly. It is, I know. Can you imagine? It was like The Hangover and I came back with like a face tattoo.
She doesn't remember getting it.
Okay, what color do you have? Well, there's specific persons I've spoken to, so they are taken, but one of the kids
So you need to know what color they were.
You need to know.
You need to be like, you were holding this for me, which will jog her memory, and then she'll be like,
yes.
Oh, duh.
And then I'll be like, oh, yeah, we talked about this. We talked about that. Yes.
So there are none others left.
There are
right?
no other kits left. There are no other kits left. There were just those 2 that I was saving for 2 people. So please reach out and let me know if that's you. We have a lot to do, so let's get on with it, right? So
The giveaway?
Let's do our giveaway. We are going to give away... We're giving away one of these. So this is this is traditional piecing. So it might take you back to your roots. Or if you've never pieced before, you might go, oh my God, I love that. Or you might go, that was awful. I never want to do that again. Thanks for nothing, A-1 Vacuum and Sewing. But this kit is so great. And what it has in here is it's actually going to have, this is the Oh Beautiful Flag Runner, which is the flag that you see right there, and then the Amber's Waves mini quilt, which is the quilt that you see here on the bottom, and it's going to have all the fabric and the patterns to do both of those. So it could be a great gift for you. Like, you could, if it's not your thing, you can regift it too. Make a great present for somebody as well. Great, like, you want to go to a retreat and you don't feel like packing, you just take this and some thread and some scissors and your notions, and you would be set and ready to go. Because I don't know about you, but I was in such a bad mood the night before we left from packing, and I get in a bad mood when I go, because
She like, I'm like, so this is somebody who like never tries stuff on like the night before or anything, and then I'm like, why do you have to try on every outfit and like look at yourself before you pack? Like, just throw a bunch of stuff in a bag.
because you're not at home.
How much of what you wore did
25%.
yeah. So
I wore
and I was like,
25%.
you're only gonna wear like 2 or 3 things the whole weekend, I'm sure. So
So packing on for a trip is probably puts me in the worst mood that I'm ever in.
I'm always like, what's going on? She's like, shut up, I'm packing.
But the second other thing that puts me in a bad mood is packing for a sewing retreat. Then I'm like, I don't even want to go. That's awful. Because I hate going on a sewing retreat and forgetting something, and then you're like, I don't have it, I can't, like, or having to go and buy stuff that you have at home. I don't like doing that either. It makes me angry. So I don't,
She was super mad, and then I was like, I'll just get you a big cavernous bag. And then she literally was just throwing. It was like this like mound of stuff that was sitting on the bag. I was like,
it was
oh
a
my
mound.
God.
And then I felt less stress. But packing for a sewing retreat to me is super, super stressful. And when I do, I always I end up doing maybe about 25% of what I take.
Right.
I'm not good at it. So I talk about with friends here that I sew with, I'm like, yeah, once we retire, I'm going to go on all the sewing retreats. No, probably not.
No.
'Cause
I bet you take a break from sewing.
No, I don't think so. I might take a break from life and just like
Duh.
just drool and not do anything like what we did this weekend. That was kind of nice. We didn't do really. So, but
I went upstairs. I packed in like 15 minutes. And then I was like, I'm packed. And then Jeannie was mad. She was like,
he was all packed, and then he went and saunaed, and I was angry because I wanted him to be with me to tell me what to.
well, like, and then I suggest something, and then she yells at me and tells me it's stupid.
That's not true.
You're like, no, I'm not going to wear that. That doesn't look good with this. Like, you never try. You didn't try anything on and, like, figure it out this morning. What?
So, and I do get to the point where I'm like, I'm not taking anything. I'm just going to go and buy everything I want there.
I offered that right at the beginning. I was like, we'll just go shopping. We'll just buy whatever you want. Because sometimes that makes her happy, but it just made her more mad.
I think I could have gone to Shakedown Street.
I think the general takeaway from this weekend, after talking with everybody, is that women don't make any sense.
What? Whose takeaway is that? Are you talking about?
I think just my dad told me when I was a kid. He was like, "Don't ever try to understand a woman. It'll never make sense to you. It'll just drive you crazy. So just don't bother. Just let them be who they're gonna be, and just don't even worry about it." And that's very sensible advice.
That's not true. I think you totally understand me. You totally understand me.
I mean, sure. Does it make sense to me?
So
Absolutely not.
So I was it yesterday, and I was laughing so hard with some of them. I read tell me about your true love, your true love, and there were a couple of them that just made me laugh out loud. But I was amazed at how many of you, it was somebody that was it somebody who, I can't remember who it was like the husband lived next to, was it Miss Schomburg?
It was Kelly.
Yeah. Lived next
the
to
grandmother.
your grandmother. Some of you that went to you were in middle school together or high school sweethearts. I was amazed at how many of you met, and it was quick. Like, who was it that wrote that it was like 9 days? 9 days later that you got married.
It's Dwani.
Dwani was, I don't think Dwani was 9 days later, but Dwani's was super sweet because maybe it was like 9 weeks later. And just this, I think, was a single mom and met this guy and just, it was very, very sweet.
It's funny though, is I was expecting a lot of responses and like the numbers were low. The question wasn't racy enough. You guys like the scandalous stuff. When we ask scandalous questions, it's like 180 responses. Like, tell us about your first love. It's like 78 responses. It was super sweet, though.
It was super, super sweet. And
see? It was Dwani.
It was?
Like I think he proposed to her 2 days later, and then they got
9
married
days later or something like that. There was one that was like that, and I was like, wow, that's like taking a leap of faith, isn't it? So,
it's all a leap of faith. How many people wait 5 years and then get divorced anyways?
Yeah,
so
true.
many of them.
True. And I feel like some of it is just a commitment to see it through. We met that one person, and you said what was the secret of your long-lasting relationship, and they said not falling out of love at the same time. Do you remember that? And I was like,
was that the Holocaust
wow,
lady?
That's a pretty crazy response. Yeah, and not falling out of love at the same time.
Meaning you're gonna fall out of love and then in love.
Yeah,
and
where
then
there's
out of
times
love.
where you're like, just looking at you is making me angry.
Like when you're packing before a trip.
But he was still so in love, so we made it through that.
I'd just given up.
Patrick! So, but that was just like really, really fun to read.
All right. So she goes, it was a free trip to Hawaii for 3 years.
Debbie, yours was really sweet too. There were so many just sweet responses. And knowing you and knowing your husband, was for a lot of us, because I know you both. I thought that response from Judica's husband was really funny too. Kelly!
We were just talking about this one.
Yay! I'm married to my high school sweetheart, who's the love of my life. He lived next door to my grandma, and I love that. So you knew each other and did you talk about like you guys would go ride bicycles together and stuff like that, which I thought was so fun too. So congratulations, Miss Kelly. This one's for you, and I'll go ahead and put it up front. And I really, really enjoyed reading those. It was really sweet.
All right.
It made me go, there's a lot of love stories out there. There's a lot. So,
Onward, upward, shall we?
onward and upward. So if you need anything, reach out. I am here. I'm answering stuff. We are going to get sewing. Get your exercise, get your rest, because we have a lot of projects that we're going to be working on. If you're waiting for God Bless America and those kits, we did have to make some more kits. We're waiting for where it's part of what's in there is grunge bias that you're going to use for the little straps. So we're waiting for that. We should have that midweek. We're also waiting for some more fabric for the summertime. Yes. We're waiting for some more fabric, the turquoise background fabric. That should be here this week too. So that'll go out. And then What else? I'm trying to think of what else. I think we're pretty good with everything else. So we'll be getting everything else. Let's get ready.